cook. All these times I'm trying shit. Let me cook.
They can't hear. You can hear now? Okay, good. Hello, everyone! Thank you for being out here and waiting in the rain because a little bit of weather is not going to stop us, am I right? I am Rachel Larry Carmona, Executive Director of Women's March.
I am Tamika Middleton, the Managing Director of Women's March, and we are so very excited to be here with all of y'all today.
It is 2025, but in 2017, millions of people showed up to march. And it was something we had never seen before, with all of these people who had never protested before coming to make a stand together just like today.
So back in 2017, we made history. And today we are here to make our future. That's right! Today we have a choice to accept a future that is forced on us or to fight for the future that we want.
And a future that is what? Compassionate, joy-filled, just, democratic, a future that is free. A future in which we all have the freedom to live our lives. And it's a what? A feminist future. Can I get a shout out?
Listen, we know it has been a lot these past 8 years, right? Now think about it. We've had Donald Trump. We've had wildfires, floods, wars, inflation, recession, pandemic, the gutting of Roe, Donald Trump, shootings, deportations, police brutality, Charlottesville, Donald Trump. And all of those things have been covered with the fingerprints of the billionaires who want to own our government. I'm not going to hold you. In a democracy, there is no greater threat. But here's the thing. Today isn't about any of them. Today is about us.
And folks keep asking, what is this march? What are we marching for? Who is this march for? And that's it. At the People's March, we are calling out the people who use power to strip our freedoms. We are calling in, we the people, and we are calling on all of us to fight. Are you all ready to fight? It might be kind of cold. I didn't really hear you. Like, are you all ready to fight? But first, let's square up with reality because, honest to God, it's the first and the bravest thing that we can do in this moment. Before we do anything about our democracy, we have to fight our own despair, don't we? How many people have felt doubt? How many people have felt despondency? But how many people feel different now that we're all together here today? Because, my friends, I have seen personally in March after March what can be done when we harness our defiance. Are we defiant today?
We have marched more than 20 times and mobilized tens of millions of people since 2017. And you know what? At every one of those marches, most of the marchers were brand new to the movement. And afterwards, they went home to organize in their communities. So we want to talk about some of them for a second. We want to talk about a group in Enid, Oklahoma. At Women's March, we call them our Oklahoma girlies.
Enid is a conservative town you might not know. It's a little bit north, I believe north of Oklahoma City, which is just a few hours from where I live in Amarillo. And the voters there elected a white nationalist to the city council. And this was one of the J. Crew white supremacists who carried a tiki torch in Charlottesville. I mean, the cringe kind. Exactly. Wait, did you say about Charlottesville? I'm not sure. What did you say about white supremacists? And just like y'all, the Oakland girlies were not
to you for that, but what about tomorrow? Before you leave here, I want you to start thinking about where we're headed. On Thursday, January 23rd, join Women's March on a Mass Call, where we will talk about all the ways you can get involved with the partner organizations that are out here today. And you can join one of the many organizations partnered with the People's March. You can find them at peoplesmarch.com. You can also text POWER to 44310 to get the People's Toolkit and get connected to good work that you care about. No matter what you do, no matter where you are, please get connected. Join something.
Hey, you get good signal?
No, I'm not getting good signal on my phone. A friend of mine said that it's better to struggle with friends than to face fascism alone. And we all have that choice to make right now. The choice is between a future gripped by fascism or a future rooted in feminism. And I think for most people here, and to be honest, for most people in the country, the choice is clear. So say it with me. And the people in the front already know. Feminists over fascists! Feminists over fascists! Feminists over fascists! Feminists over fascists! In 2017, we made history. In 2025, we're making our future. Get in where you fit in, and let's get to work. Now, we'd like to introduce our MCs for today, the incomparable Tiffany Flowers and Khalil Cole.
Hello, marchers. Hello. Welcome to DC and welcome to the People's March. My name is Tiffany Flowers. I'm the director of the Frontline and the proud chairwoman of the Women's March, and I couldn't be happier to be here with you today.
Hey, beloveds, my name is Khalil Cole, and I'm the national co-director of the Rising Majority, a Black-led, multiracial, anti-racist, and anti-capitalist coalition fighting together. And we are so excited to host y'all today.
Yes, the weather is holding up, the crowd is growing in behind us, and we have a really exciting lineup of speakers for you today. We promise to keep the program moving. We promise to keep our energy high. If you promise to be the best crowd that you can be, can we do that? So excited. Right now, we actually have our first speaker coming to the stage. Miss Denise Duncan is a real treat for you all. Like I said, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it rolling. So please, for our very first speaker, give your very, 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 very warmest welcome to Denise.
Yule lintam elifan, Delawense Denise Sapalee, Mametakemu. My name is Denise Bright Dove. I am a citizen and councilwoman of the Nanticoke Glen Island Nape Nation of Bridgeton, New Jersey, Turtle Clan. When I describe and envision my ancestral homelands without colonial borders, I say that I'm from the southernmost tidewaters of Lenape-Hoking, the land of the Lenape. And that land expands throughout most of Delaware, parts of Pennsylvania and Maryland, and all of New Jersey and into New York. We are gathered today within the ancestral homelands of my relatives, the Piscataway people. I am humbled to be here to speak, and I acknowledge the responsibility of kinship. I want to thank the Piscataway Nation for their unwavering stewardship of this territory, and I ask you all to do the same. Indigenous peoples have occupied, governed, traded, thrived, and endured within our original territory since time immemorial. It is our inherent sovereign right to continue to do so. But acknowledging our existence is only one step. Good allies also amplify and elevate the voices of those that they are helping. We are in a time of uncertainty. Indigenous people, black and brown, are in dire need of assistance. Solidarity is critical for our collective futures. We know all too well what happens to the land happens to the people. As we struggle to fight for life and beauty in this world and for Earth itself, each of us must decide where our moral compass leads us. Will you remember the Piscataway Nation? Will you think about the people on whose land you stand? Will you stand up for your neighbor? Will you be a good relative and think about the responsibilities of kinship? Will you remember our more than human relatives, those who suffer from the greed of humanity, our four-legged, our winged ones, our creepy crawlies, the soil, our water, our air? What about the rights of nature? A special prayer to all my relatives who are suffering. My thoughts and prayers are with Palestine and people in California, our relatives. Sudan, where else? Yell it out. Uplift your voices. Keep yelling it out. A special prayer. Kishlamiin, which are meaning, and kina kainin. Wanishi, wanishi. Creator, help us and watch over us. Thank you. Thank you, and free Leonard Peltier.
All right. Thank you so much, Denise. Ladies and gentlemen, up next is our friend, the leader, our sister, Miss Nene Taylor, director of Harriet's Wildest Dreams.
Thank y'all. Welcome to DC. My name is Nene Taylor. I'm a native Washingtonian, born and raised in the most marginalized part of Washington, Southeast DC. Southside is outside. I'm the executive director of Harriet's Wildest Dreams, an ancestry-guided DC-based, Black-led abolitionist community defense hub. I'm also the co-founder of Free DC campaign, which fights for full democratic representation for the people of this city. Let me start by being truthful with y'all. In DC, we don't have a voice in Congress. Despite living in the heart of this so-called democracy, over 700,000 constituents are denied representation. We deny autonomy, and we deny justice. The same federal lawmakers who make decisions about our lives, our budgets, and our laws, our people, we deny elect. This is what colonization looks like. This is what systematic oppression looks like. But let me tell you something. This is not what freedom looks like. DC, if you out there, let me hear you. DMV, if you out there, let me hear you. To our visitors here today, welcome to DC. I'm moved by the diversity causes that brought us here. And I'm calling for you in solidarity for us to free DC. Native Washingtonians and our communities of DC, we joyful, we powerful, and we no longer would accept anything less than full dignity of our people. We know this president would try to militarize DC police. We know this Congress would try to overturn our laws. They did it before in 2023. And we know that the people of DC deserve better than this. And we will refuse to comply with leaders who disrespect us. We need more than symbolism right now. We need to organize. We need to get information. That's what DC, Free DC is doing. We set it out to do, and we're down. And if you're down for a Free DC like us, look for the red and white signs everywhere. Sign up and get in the movement. We can't stop fighting. Police in DC, like everywhere, isn't keeping us safe. And we deserve a voice and a vote to get laws passed, like the People's Response Act, led by my family, Moving for Black Lives. We deserve a vote, a voice and a vote on investing in public health, community-based safety, and solutions that instead of pouring more money into harmful systems that's taken more lives than I can name. I can't name the lives, I don't have time, of all the lives that the police have taken. Forgive my voice, shout, I'm hoarse because we was outside. But this fight is not just about policy. It's about the people. It's about our incarcerated systems who deserve freedom. It's about our black trans sisters and sex workers who deserve safety and dignity. It's about reproductive rights. It's about all those who've been criminalized, marginalized, and ignored. DC, can you hear me? Free DC. I stand before you today as a black woman and an abolitionist and a person who refused to accept a system that was never built for us. As a seasoned organizer, I know the power of a system that centers love and care instead of punishment. I know the power of black women, women alone, trans women, standing in their truth and demanding change. My spirit godmother, Harriet Tubman, she used the Underground Railroad to free hundreds of those that was enslaved. She paved the way so that we can walk on top of these tracks and be unapologetically black. To everyone here today, the division needs to stop. We are stronger together. Let me say that again. We are stronger together. We have the power to organize, to educate, and to resist. We have the power to rise up and fight back. The power is in the people. Let me close this out. Today, I called on you to keep going, to get involved in an organization that's doing the work. With Her Dreams or Free DC. or any other organization that speaks to you. The time to act is now. Division will get us nowhere. Join us on top of these tracks, and together we'll move forward. Free DC.
Free DC!
Because when DC win, we all win. Stay on now. Say it with me. Free DC.
Free DC!
Free DC.
Free DC.
Free us all.
Free us all.
Free us all.
Free us all.
I'll say, thank you.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Give it up for my sister Nene and the wonderful team at Harriet's Wildest Dreams. Give it up for Denise Dinkley. And up next we have Rabbi Abby Stein and Reverend Dr. Jennifer Hostler. Give it up, everybody. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Abby Stein. I'm a writer, a rabbi, an out and proud trans woman, a founding member of Rabbis for Ceasefire, and a member of the Jewish Voice for Peace Rabbinical Council. And I'm currently the rabbi at Kolot Chayenu in Brooklyn. I believe in unapologetically fighting for human rights, fighting for self-determination, fighting for each and every one of us to live, survive, thrive, and get our roses too. To celebrate who we are. This morning, we read in synagogues the story of the burning bush, a sacred flame for liberation that, just like the fire of resistance, does not go out. You all, we are the burning bush. Each and every one of you, we will not burn out. We will keep fighting. It's hard, and sometimes it feels like we are alone. Yet I know that we will fight unapologetically. Far too many people have spent the past 2 months obeying in advance, giving up on true freedom and equality in favor of seeming more lenient to the fascists. We will not yield. I want you all to repeat after me. Fight back! Disobey! Rise up! Disobey! Disobey! We will unapologetically disobey, unapologetically fight for the rights of all LGBTQ people. We will unapologetically fight for the right to trans affirm and care for adults and kids alike. We will fight for every single person's right to access abortion. Unapologetically, our bodies, our choice, at every step. We will unapologetically fight for racial and economic justice, for constitutional equality under the law, for free and equal health care, unapologetically fight anti-Semitism, and unapologetically fight back against the weaponization of anti-Semitism. against capitalist greed and for the climate.
My name is Jennifer Hostler, and I'm a pastor at Washington City Church of the Brethren, just a few blocks from the Capitol. We're Christians who believe following Jesus means being a peacemaker, standing against war, and walking in a way of service, welcome, and love. Right now, our church's sign says, Haitians and all migrants are beloved children of God. I know you've heard words from leaders and politicians claiming to speak as Christians. Many of these words are not ones of welcome or love, but words that make you feel fearful, dehumanized, hated, and alone. And I am so sorry. That is not Jesus' message. It is not. Luke 4 records Jesus' very first sermon, and in it, he said he had come to bring good news to the poor, to proclaim release to the prisoners, and to set free those who are oppressed. And it is clear throughout the Bible, it's clear that every human being is made in the image of God, worthy of dignity and love. If you feel alone right now, know that you are not alone. Just look around. This is a movement for life, wholeness, well-being, and the dignity of all people. This is a movement of people from many backgrounds, people of faith and non-religious folks. This is a movement calling on our government to invest in life and divest from death. Yes. To listen to the priorities of the people and invest in affordable housing, health care, child care, education, and disaster relief. And to divest from weapons of death and to stop spending billions on war. If it's your first time showing up to something like this, thank you. And keep showing up. If you don't have a place to plug in, find a faith community, find a mutual aid group, find a local chapter of one of these diverse orgs spearheading this event. I'm part of orgs like FOSNA, Christians for a Free Palestine, and DC's own Migrant Solidarity Mutual Aid. Whatever issue brought you here today, we recognize our struggles are connected because justice and dignity are connected, because migrant lives, Black lives, Palestinian lives, trans lives, Jewish lives, Muslim lives, all of our lives are connected, beloved, and precious, worthy of dignity and care. Thank you.
So good. I'm going to introduce our next speaker in a moment, but first I want to do a little housekeeping. Friends, this is not an ice rink, okay? That's just a pond that's frozen and shit. Don't walk on it. You will fall in, okay? If you see some ice, walk around it. You see somebody needs some help, help them. Also got word that folks are tuning in and TikToking. I'm old, okay? But they on the TikToks and they mad because the shit about to get closed down. So invite them into the streets with us. Fuck that band. They need to come join us. All right, please welcome up the Executive Director of the Sierra Club, Ben Gillis.
Well, good morning. It is great to be here with you. My name is Ben Gillis, former national president of the NAACP, and proud to serve as the 7th executive director of the Sierra Club. Now, to tell you, this crowd today touches my heart. My mom is in a People's March in California right now. When I was 12, she took me to my first march. It was a march against rape in our community that my father organized. And so today we come here from many movements. We come here for many reasons. We also come here as human beings who are clear that we must do everything in our power to create a greener, healthier Mother Earth for all of us. And that's what my Vice President, Shruti Bhatnagar, and I do at Sierra Club every day. And I'll tell you this, January's off to a wild start for the Sierra Club. Woke up one day and Exxon was suing us. Woke up a few days later and that Twitter troll-in-chief Elon Musk was attacking us. You know, somebody up there has a sign that says, "Deport Musk and Murdoch." Y'all are too much this morning. But I'll tell you this, they only attack us because they fear us. They know that last time this man who comes back into office on Monday, last time that man was in office, we sued him hundreds of times, and we won hundreds of times. They know that last time that man was in office, we saw him install corrupt cabinet members, and then he saw us run them out. They know that last time this man was in office, he said that we would burn more coal, and we shut down more coal-fired power plants than we had in either of Obama's first terms. No, we are powerful enough, in other words, to keep making progress no matter who is president. The people of this democracy, we don't elect politicians to make change for us. We try to elect the best politicians to make it a little easier for us to make change. But you know, when the hill gets steeper, when the weather gets colder, we don't cancel our gathering. And we keep climbing up that hill. And we do it because we know that this was the movement that last time he was in office and he ridiculed the Green New Deal. We said, you know what, brother? We've been around since 1892 and you're going to be out of office soon. So we're going to keep organizing. We're going to keep building consensus. And you know what we did? As soon as he was out of office, we passed it. It's called the Inflation Reduction Act. It is the reason that America is opening new factories from coast to coast. It has put hundreds of thousands of our neighbors to work in good jobs. And while he may want to undo it because it was Biden's signature accomplishment, well, we know what happened when he tried to undo Obama's signature accomplishment. Obamacare is still here. And 4 years from now, those factories will still be here. And we will keep America moving forward. God bless you. Keep fighting even when it's cold, even when the hill is steep. God bless.
Very good. This has been good. Y'all enjoying yourselves? It is cold as shit. I had to go get my hat. Sorry, my hair did look good. Shout out to Ben. Let's give Ben one more round of applause. Very excited to welcome up our next guest, who is somebody who I follow, who I trust, and who is really leading the way to ensure that when we talk about what it means to fight for our people, that we're talking about all of our people. So let's bring up Nana Gemfi.
Greetings.
Murphy. I am the Executive Director of the Black Alliance for Just Immigration, commonly known as BAJI, and I'm so glad to be here with you today. BAJI is a Black national organization that fights for the rights of Black migrants and Black Americans. Immigrant rights are a Black issue, and Black liberation is the key to immigrant rights. Let me repeat that. Immigrant rights is a Black issue, and Black liberation is the key to immigrant rights. We know this is true as Black migrants because 1 out of every 5 Black people in this country is either an immigrant or a child of immigrants. We come from every corner of the globe, bringing our brilliance, our creativity, and our heritage with us. We do not come from shithole countries. We are not here after Black jobs. We are not eating the pets. We are working class. We are professionals. We are artists. We are queer. We are youth. We are people with disabilities and extraordinary abilities. Regardless of our origin or the papers we hold or don't hold, we know that we must fight, and we are ready to fight. As the great hood philosopher Kendrick Lamar reminds us, sometimes you gotta squabble up with these fools. Sometimes you gotta squabble up with these fools. I'm down, are you? Let's be clear. Any progressive movement that does not recognize the challenges and the contributions of Black immigrants isn't a problem. It's not just an oversight. It is a serious problem. It is not a progressive movement. Liberation isn't selective, and justice does not stop at the border. If we are serious about building a just and equitable future, we must ensure that Black immigrants are seen and are part of the fight for justice. The freedom to move from one country to another country is a basic human right. And we will not let any administration strip us of our human rights and human dignity. Our greatest strength is community. Together, we protect each other. Together, we build safety and solidarity. Together, we are unstoppable. And together, we will create the world we need and deserve. When Black migrants are under attack, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Shaquille Fontenot, the National Organizing Director for Dream Defenders. And there comes a time when we decide in our freedom fight if we're gonna stand up or lay down. It looks like all y'all decided to stand up. We decided to stand up because we're not gonna let racist, imperialist, capitalist war criminals kill us. We decided to stand up because we know the power of the people. We won't be stopped by preventable natural disasters, historic fires and flooding. We won't be stopped by increased police determined. We are a united people, and we want our freedom. We want our freedom now. We won't stand by while our siblings are legally enslaved and killed in prisons, encampments, and bombed indiscriminately. We won't stand by while the billionaires get richer and the groceries get higher. We won't stand by while our people freeze and burn on the streets. We won't stand by while our people are bombed and abused and they die in the waiting room. We ain't waiting no more. We ain't waiting no more. One of the first things they come after in imperialist conquest is our culture. We know that culture is a weapon that defines the voice of the people. Dream Defenders knows that the DD Choir is just one example of this cultural revolution. We don't just want our freedom, we're gonna get it. We don't just want our freedom, we're gonna get it. Join an organization and get your freedom. We won't lay down, we will stand up. We want power, transformation, and miracles. We want power, transformation, and miracles. And we're gonna get it. Text power to 96904 to learn more, but in the meantime, give it up for the DD People's Choir.
Repeat after me. Power! 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 Transformation! 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 And miracles! 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 I want it! I need it! I got to have it! I got to have it! I got to have it! Right now! Right now! Right now!
Right now!
Right now!
Right now!
Right now!
Right now!
Right now!
Right now!
Right now!
Right now!
Right now!
Right now!
Power, transformation, and miracles. Power, transformation, and miracles. Power, transformation, and miracles. Power, transformation, and miracles. Power, let your spirit be transformed. Let your spirit be transformed.
Power.
Let your spirit be transformed. Let your spirit right now, right now, right now. Sing it with us, everybody. Right now, 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 right now. Sing power, power, transformation, and miracles. Power, transformation, and miracles. Power, transformation, and miracles. Power, transformation, and miracles. Sing power, power, transformation, and miracles. Sing it like you mean it. Power, transformation, and miracles. One more time. Power, transformation, and miracles. Power, transformation, and miracles.
from the Sunrise Movement. Woo! The original by Andy Cohen. And I want you guys to follow along after me, okay? Here we go. Forget your perfect offering. Just ring the bells that still can ring. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. Forget your perfect offering. Just ring the bells that still can ring. There is a crack in everything. Come on, that's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. Forget your perfect offering. Just ring the bells that still can ring. There is a crack in everything. Come on, that's how the light gets in. Sing it with me, that's how the light gets in. Oh, that's how the light gets in. How does it get in? That's how the light gets in. One more time. Forget your perfect offering. Just ring the bells that still can ring. There is a crack in everything. Come on, that's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. Last time, that's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. Woohoo! 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 What about those dream defenders? What about those dream defenders? Amazing! All right, up next we have Andrea James coming to the stage to bring you a good word. Give her some love, everybody. All right, free her! Free her! Free her! Free her! Free her! Good morning! My name is Andrea James, and I'm the founder and executive director of the National Council for Incarcerated and Formerly Incarcerated Women and Girls. The only national advocacy and abolitionist organization founded and led by women incarcerated in a prison. Our journey started 15 years ago in a prison yard, a federal prison yard in Danbury, Connecticut. Every day since, we've fought for the rights, dignity, and freedom of incarcerated women and girls. All of us at the National Council understand what it is to look at an unjust and long prison sentence and wish that things were somehow different. We know what it is to feel down, to feel hopeless, despairing. But let me say this, the answer to our struggle is not found in those feelings. The answer is found in community, in action, in coming together around the things we know are right and true and fighting for them, for ourselves, for each other, for people we will never know. In our work at the National Council, we are determined and we are unwavering. Today, too many women are unfairly imprisoned under draconian conspiracy, and drug sentencing laws, which hold group participants responsible for the most severe acts of even distant associates. An unjust drug war that was a war on black and brown communities, and the creation of sentences that were unfair, continue to go on, and are unjust. Sentences like what our Director of Clemency, Danielle Metz, received during the height of the drug war. What kind of country sentences a woman with babies to 3 life sentences plus 20 years? Let me say it again. 3. Who lives 3 life sentences plus 20 years? So we have women. These laws are the engines of mass incarceration, a toxic remnant of the war on drugs, and the reason why too many women are unable to work, unable to care for their children, unable to contribute to their communities, to move beyond the worst days of their lives. We are not the worst mistake we have ever made. We demand the removal of conspiracy laws. And until then, we demand clemency for those wrongfully incarcerated under those unjust laws.
Yeah, good morning. Clemency has been wrongly politicized. Clemency is not a gift. It is a foundational executive power. It is a feel-safe of our criminal justice system, the way to correct injustices to move forward. Fundamentally, clemency is the embodiment of justice. Today, I ask you to join me in calling for the end to conspiracy law and for the clemency of women and girls impacted by them, like Michelle West, Roberta Bell, Miss French, Sarah Gallegos, Mr. Glenn Mess, Darrell Whiting, to only name a few. I know because I sit there for 23 years and 8 months, a first-time offender at the age of 26. So we have to get rid of these laws. We need immediate action, like right now. Immediate, right now.
With the stroke of a pen, the president, meaning President Biden right now, in the 11th hour, Danny came home, her sentence was commuted by President Obama when there were only a few hours left to his administration. There are women, predominantly black women, like Michelle West, Roberta Bell, Lazar Daz, Miss Friend, 70-year-old women who have been in prison in this country for more than 30 years for drug conspiracy convictions. President Biden, if you can hear my voice, you have a few hours left to correct a racial injustice. Clemency is racial justice. Clemency is gender justice. Please visit our table in the back. Learn about how you can help us to overturn an incredibly unjust criminal law system, but most importantly, over the next few hours before this current president leaves office, please contact the White House. Lift up clemency. He just commuted sentences, and less than 5% of women were on that list. These women have been in prison for more than 30 years for drug convictions. Enough is enough. Free her! Free her! Free her! Free her! Free her!
One more time for Andrea James, everybody! Excellent, excellent, excellent. You see, I moved to a clipboard. I am an analog girl in a digital world. So I have a couple notes here, but I just want to say that next up we have Sandra Tamari, the Executive Director of the Adala Justice Program, and Iman Abid, the Organizing and Advocacy Director of the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights, coming to the stage right now. Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free! Free Palestine! Free! Free! Free Palestine! Woo!
Tamari. I'm with the Adala Justice Project. Iman and I are proud to stand here today, especially as Palestinians who have been silenced for too long across the world, struggling for our freedom. We are just consumed with grief, and as I look out at all of you beautiful faces, I can't help but think that a population twice as big as the people here have been killed in Gaza since this genocide began. Those are just the ones we know about. We stand with our siblings across the world struggling for freedom. We stand on the shoulders of Palestinian women who have resisted for decades, including unwavering activists like our sister Linda Sarsour, an original co-chair of the Women's March. Today we say loud and clear, Palestine will be free! The fight for justice in Palestine is not an isolated issue. The same corporations profiting from death and destruction abroad benefit from exploiting workers here. We must rise against them together as part of the global fight for freedom, climate justice, and human dignity.
Thank you, Sandra. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Iman Abed, and I am the Director of Advocacy and Organizing with the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights. I am also proud to be here as a Palestinian mother, a community organizer, and a sister in this collective struggle. Palestinians understand the fight for the right to exist, thrive, and live without fear. For decades, we have organized for racial, reproductive, and environmental justice. We have stood against police violence and corporate exploitation. And as Palestinians, we know something about resilience. Let us talk about climate justice. Palestine's environmental devastation through land theft, agricultural land destruction, and military occupation. It is all a direct result of Israeli colonial violence, and Palestinians are disproportionately impacted by the climate crisis. We cannot fight for climate justice without addressing the violence and occupation. The fight for justice also includes reproductive justice. For Palestinian families, this means the right to bring life into this world without fear of violence, displacement, or oppression. For Palestinian women, it means the right to choose, access necessary care, and live with dignity. 70% of the Palestinians that Israel has killed in the first year of this genocide were women and children. Our feminism must be anti-imperialist. Finally, we must recognize that today's conditions in Palestine are a direct result of long-standing fascist violence and apartheid. Israel bombing families, arresting children, and blockading Gaza is state-sanctioned terror. The world cannot remain silent. Permanent ceasefire now! Stop sending weapons to Israel now! ago, we learned that a temporary ceasefire deal has been reached after over 15 months of Israel bombarding Gaza and massacring tens of thousands of Palestinians. This is urgently needed relief, but it is only the beginning. We will not stop until the occupation ends, the blockades are lifted, and the violence ends. Join us! Join us to boycott, divest from, and sanction Israel until Palestine is free. We need all of you in this fight. Take a moment, please take out your phones. I want you to text the word block, B-L-O-C-K, to this number, 96904. 96904. Text the word block. That will take you to an action tool. Tell this government no more weapons to Israel. Bring that money home. Bring that money home for us, for our people, for our care. Together we can insist. Ceasefire today. Arms embargo tomorrow. Free Palestine forever. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! All right, give it up, everybody! All right, so we know that it's getting cold. We're getting cold, so we're going to do a chant. There's a chant you can practice, you can take home. We're going to bring the gang on. Come on. This is a chant that we love to do. It gives you lots of energy, and you'll get to use your voice and practice with us. So Carissa's going to lead us, and we are going to follow. So you listen to Carissa, and I'm going to be with you, and we're going to do it together. Y'all ready? All right, Carissa, let's go. All right, beloveds, it's a call and response. I believe. Talk to your neighbor now. Go ahead. Talk to your neighbor. Take a second. What we gonna win, y'all? Are we gonna win? I'm fucking trying to win. Oh, I cuss a lot, y'all. I didn't do the preface. It's okay. I got affirmed. I could cuss. They do say people who cuss are happier. So when are we fucking gonna win? All right. Keep those conversations going when you leave here. But next, let me introduce the co-executive director of Popular Democracy Action, Analilia Mejia.
Y'all, I believe that we will win together. My people. All right, y'all, as you heard, my name's Analilia Mejia. I know that's a lot of vowels. All you gotta hear is resist Trump. That's how you spell it. All right, y'all. Now, Popular Democracy, which is an organization of 50 organizations across the country who are like, hell no, this is our government. This is our country. It is our responsibility. We defend the 14th Amendment, and we are here to stand up and fight back. Are you with me? I love it! Y'all, now I know, I'm
pushing 50, so I feel it in my knees. I know that some of us, we're weary. We are so tired. We cannot believe that we have to do this shit again. Oops. I know that we are in disbelief and frankly in disappointment for the 90 million who stayed home, but it's all right because, y'all, that even though we find ourselves in this moment, we gotta know that freedom, that justice is not a final destination, y'all. This is a practice. Every day we need to make the decision, are we going to uphold a democracy and the kind of government that is for the people, or are we gonna sit it out? For me, I'm gonna stand up. How about you? Are you gonna stand up, fight back? You're gonna stand up, shout back? Are we gonna defend our nation? Yeah, I didn't want to curse that one. All right, y'all, exactly. Now, like y'all, I am clear that this administration has some dangerous goals. I am clear. I know they oppose the minimum wage. I know they clearly hate grandmas and babies because they're trying to dismantle the Department of Education, eliminate Medicaid, cut Social Security. The only way they can do it, y'all, is if we stay silent. No silence. No silence! No silence! So we are going to fight, whether it's fighting for affordable housing when they try to cut HUD, whether it's fighting for renter protections when they try to turn a blind eye, because y'all, we elected the slumlord in chief. Don't forget. All right, y'all? So we are going to make sure that every time for the next 2 years, here's the assignment. Are you with me? Lean in, lean in, lean in. All right, y'all. For the next 2 years, every time Mike Johnson tries to put up some BS on behalf of Donald Trump, we gotta stir it up at home so that they cannot move anything under the cover of darkness or silence. I know there are 92 weeks to midterm elections, y'all. They win by the skin of their teeth and by 90 million people staying home. So I am asking you to take the step. We keep telling you, text this, text that. All I know is that you need to go home and talk to your neighbors. You need to ignore the labels of left and right. I'm not from the left. I'm not from the right. I'm from the bottom. But we're coming for the top. So y'all, if you're with me, lift your voice, lift your power. While you're at it, text the word lift to 25463. They keep making me say that shit. But in the end, we will persevere. Organizers and organizing has dug this nation from the pit of despair, whether it was at the close of slavery, at the denial of justice during Jim Crow, and moment after moment when people like us reached for the words of freedom hardwired in our Constitution that were only limited for land-owning white men, every time we pull those words towards us, we win. So be with me. Let's pull freedom towards. Thank you.
All right, one more round for Hallelujah. Y'all, this incoming administration is not ready for us. They're not even going to have their inauguration outside. They said they can't take it. Where we at? We outside. We outside. All right, next I would like to bring up not only a comrade, but somebody who I consider my friend. She is brilliant, is leading us. I recommend you follow. Y'all, let's bring up Raquel Willis, the co-founder of the Gender Liberation Movement.
Thank y'all so much. Hey y'all, it is a frigid day, but our collective power burns bright, don't it? So I'm Raquel Willis. I'm a co-founder of Gender Liberation Movement, and we are a collective that believes in bodily autonomy, self-determination, and the pursuit of fulfillment for all. And we know we can't get that without the collective. So it's midnight in America, y'all. Every boogeyman you can think of, from white supremacy to patriarchy to transphobia to ableism and capitalism, is coming together to try and make our lives smaller. But we are here united in radical defiance. And we will take up space. So no matter who sits in that Oval Office, which toxic tech bros try to silence us, I know I refuse to be pushed aside and silenced. And I stand in front of you as a proud Southern Black trans queer woman. Now, are y'all gonna take up space? Okay. So if you feel disempowered, if you feel angry and afraid, it's time to take up space. If you know that women and girls and dolls and femmes are the rulers of their own lives, take up space. If you know men and boys and masculine folk, especially my trans men and trans masculine folk, can be empathetic and understanding, take up space. If you know queer, trans, and non-binary folks are who the fuck we say we are, take up space. And if you know there is no America without Black power and resilience, take up space. If you believe that the fight for abortion is connected to the fight for gender-affirming care, take up space. And if you believe we need to protect all kids, especially queer, trans, and non-binary kids, take up space. So we gotta take up space for the students facing gun violence, for our Palestinian, Sudanese, Congolese, and Lebanese fam facing genocide. Make some more noise. Anytime we're talking about genocide, you better be taking up space. The creatives facing censorship, the workers demanding protections, the migrants seeking opportunity, the indigenous reclaiming sovereignty, the disabled and neurodivergent and neurospicy, honey, who deserve dignity, the incarcerated and detained who deserve freedom, and for our planet, ravaged by floods and fires, we gotta take up space. So will you take up space? Say, yes again, will you take up space? And can you say, we will take up space? We will take up space. And we are going to refuse to bow to fascism and fear. Thank you.
Who's taking up space? Who's taking up space? We are. That's right. a treat with Miss Monica Simpson.
I heard we were at a rally. Y'all need to make some noise out here today. Okay, that sounds more like it. Peace, beautiful people. My name is Monica Simpson, and I'm the executive director of Sister Song. We are the National Women of Color Reproductive Justice Collective. Can y'all say reproductive justice? Today, though, y'all, I am here to ask you one thing. To remember what Black women have done. At every turn, we have been the interrupters, the prophets, the strategists, the healers, the backbones of movements, the creators of movements like reproductive justice. And despite obstacles and dehumanization, our message and our vote has always been about liberation. Can somebody say 92%? I'll be honest with you all, though. Today isn't easy. Like many of my Black women comrades, I am tired, I am angry, and honestly, I am scared. But I am here because of the Black women who came before me. The Black women who stepped into dangerous spaces to demand inclusion, representation, and freedom. Black women like Leona Tate, who in 1960, at the age of 6, was escorted by marshals to desegregate New Orleans public schools. And Ella Baker, who fought for human rights despite the disrespect from her male counterparts. And Loretta Ross, the co-director of the 2004 March for Women's Lives, who challenged historically white-led organizations to embrace intersectionality. See, Black women, y'all, always put themselves on the front lines, willing to fight hardest because we know that we will be the ones that will suffer the most. I know that this moment feels impossible. This country has been taken over by a person who is committed to putting profits over humanity. They are showing us through their words and their policies that our lives and our safety do not matter. But our human rights do not matter. That our human rights do not matter. But we must stop organizing from a defensive and reactionary posture that only feeds their white supremacist machine. See, every time we fight each other, we feed it. Every time we choose division over collective action, we feed it. Every time we don't trust Black women, we feed it. So how do you starve a white supremacist machine? By building collective power. By staying focused in dismantling systems of oppression. Ain't nobody gonna take my voice from me. By trusting Black women. Can y'all say trust Black women? These unprecedented times are requiring us to both learn from our past and embrace a futuristic mind state. My sister Assata Shakur told us we must love and protect each other. We must redefine what winning looks like and prioritize revolutionary rest and healing. Make joy a non-negotiable and share our narratives with power. Can y'all feel me? And this is the time to make our mark on the world. It is the time for you to find your movement home. The doors of the reproductive justice movement are open, y'all. So if you are down, text SISTER, SISTER, to 345-345 and join for free today. Because we got work to do to ensure that our decisions that we have to make about our bodies and our families and our futures are secure. Octavia Butler said, "There's no single answer that will solve all of our future problems. There's no magic bullet. Instead, there are thousands of answers at least. You can be one of them if you choose to be, and like her, I have been focused on seeing us in the future. And I believe it is there that we will win. Now is the time for us to decide what story we want our future generations to tell. Liberation is calling, good people. The question is, will we answer? Will you answer? Will you answer? Then let's get free, good people. Power to the people, everybody. Thank you so much.
Monica Simpson, everybody. That's Monica Simpson. So a little unknown fact about me is I'm a retired labor organizer. I got any union family in the building? Any union family in the building? Today you get to meet two of my union sisters, Elise Bryant from the Coalition of Union Women and Faye Gunther from the United Food and Commercial Workers Local 3000. That's the people that work at Giant, that's the people that work at Safeway and Macy's, and the people that kept us safe during the pandemic. So please, give it up for my union sisters.
All right, when we fight, our feet are cold, but our hearts are warm. I'm Faye Gunther, president of UFCW 3000 in the Pacific Northwest. We are the largest grocery, retail, and healthcare UFCW union in the United States. I am also a single mom, raised by a single mom in rural America. I know what it's like to barely make it. I know why working Americans are mad, and I know why all of us here are mad today as well. But I am here to tell you, on behalf of 55,000 frontline workers, that solidarity is the way forward. Yes. Over the past few decades, union density has declined nationwide. Members were 1 in 10 workers. And as union members decline, it's no coincidence that as membership fell, income inequality and corporate greed kept rising. And yet, even now, unions remain the most powerful tool for fighting the takeover of the government and the economy by billionaires. Here's just one example. Kroger and Albertsons tried to do a multi-billion-dollar mega merger. It would have resulted in complete corporate domination of our food supply. So a small band of union workers decided to fight it. People told us we could not win, but we did. The merger is dead. The merger is dead, and our jobs and our communities and our coalition have a new life. Now just imagine what we could achieve if we went from 1 in 10 unionized workers to 5 in 10 or 10 in 10. What could we do together? And that's why I'm here. Asking all of you today, join us. Organize a union at your workplace. Go home today. Organize a union at your workplace. When we organize and rebuild the labor movement, we win. When we negotiate fair contracts and strike when necessary, we win. When we all come together and say no to the greedy whims of the billionaire class, we win. So having organized union members for years, I can say the road to victory is never smooth. It involves debating and disagreeing with ideas and then recommitting to unity afterwards. This is messy sometimes, but messy is okay. Because when we fight, we win.
Woo. Thank you, Faye. Hi, family. How y'all doing? Oh, sisters, brothers, siblings, comrades, family. I have a question for you. Who's got the power? What kind of power? Who has the power? What kind of power? My name is Elise Bryant. I'm the president of the Coalition of Labor Union Women, and I bring you greetings on behalf of us. I joined this organization because unions are the backbone of democracy. You show me a country without democratically elected unions, and I will show you a narcissistic, ego-tripping, orange-faced maniac. Oh, the billionaires think that their money rules, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel would turn. Today we come together, black, white, brown, immigrant, native-born, LGBTQIA, and everything in between. Diversity doesn't divide us. Diversity is what makes us strong. It's what makes America, America. I give honor to our indigenous ancestors. The ones on this land the DMV is on, the stolen, unceded land of our ancestors. And I also stand on the shoulders of my ancestors who stepped off the slave ships, kissed the ground, and willed me to be here. God. Siblings, will you stand with me? Because united we stand, divided we... Okay. They divide us by our color, by our tongue, divide us men and women, they divide us old and young, but they'll tremble at our voices when they hear these verses sung, that the union makes us strong. Join the chorus, here we go. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.
We love a little sing-along. Shout out to the people who are making sure we keep our, who are working for a 4-day week, okay? We need to give them some love. Y'all, is that next? Our 4-day work week? Y'all got it on deck? All right, next up, we'd love to introduce Tania Rogers, the DC housing organizer at One DC Homes for All, an organizer for keeping DC families together.
What's up, DC? Greetings, my brothers and sisters. My name is Tania Rogers, mother, daughter, Black American woman, descendant of 6 indigenous tribes. Today we gather for the People's March, united by our passion for justice and fueled by the knowledge that we are powerful when we organize and we win when we stand together. I stand before you as a housing organizer with One DC Homes for All, working to empower Black working class communities in DC. We believe housing is a human right where families can rest, grow, and build futures without fear of being displaced for corporate profits. One DC is part of the Right to the City Alliance, a national network of over 90 organizations fighting for gentrification and advancing just, sustainable communities. I have seen firsthand how unaccountable landlords devastate families, prioritizing profit over people. But I have also learned that when communities unite, our voices ring louder than any corporation's bottom line. We challenge the skyrocketing rents, stand up to exploitative practices, and demand that our cities serve all of us. Today we march for many reasons, but let us remember that housing justice is racial justice, climate justice, economic justice, and gender justice. There can be no women's liberation without housing justice. Women, especially Black, Indigenous, and working class women, bear the brunt of unsafe, unaffordable housing. We must resist policies that push our mothers, daughters, and grandmothers out of their communities. It is time to dismantle outdated rules that perpetuate division and keep our neighbors trapped in poverty. Our rights and our power grow when we share responsibility and leadership, when we support tenant units, engage in coalition building, and advocate for transparent processes. We must stand firm, use every resource and strategy at our disposal to protect our neighbors, whether that's driving policy change or writing grants to fund sustainable housing projects. Are you with me? Today, let this be our promise. We will stay vigilant. We will continue to fight for safe, stable homes and we will ensure that no woman stands alone in this struggle. Carry this movement forward. Teach others that a woman's right is her birthright, that women's rights and housing rights must be protected every single day. We are warriors, and together we will win. Thank you for marching, for organizing, and for believing in a future where every community thrives, unbroken and unstoppable. What do you say, DC? Thank you.
All right, boos, we're almost at the finish line, and yeah, we are just fucking getting started. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna bring up one more speaker, a fucking treat, okay? She's a treat. Then we're gonna have a choir. They're gonna do some singing, and then we're gonna close out. Y'all with me? All right. Don't move because you look good, okay? So next, I would like to, let's give it up one more time for Tania. That was good. We love a housing organizer, okay? Housing is a human right. And now I have the immense pleasure to bring up that treat I was telling you about. Judith Brown-Deanna, Executive Director of the Advancement Project, leading the fucking way. Let's go, Judith.
So wait, I gotta take a picture of y'all from my last TikTok post. I love TikTok. Good afternoon. My name is Judith Brown-Deanna, and I am the Executive Director of Advancement Project. When I say whose schools, you say our schools. Whose schools? Whose schools? Advancement Project is a national racial justice organization that builds power for liberation. Our movement lawyers, we have sued the vote suppressors, we've removed cops from schools, and protected protesters. We have never been scared of a good, hard fight, and we are certainly not starting today. Public education is one of the last public goods in our country. It is critical to the liberation of our people, and that's why it is under attack. In place of freedom, the Trump administration wants control. They want to use our tax dollars for vouchers to line the pockets of billionaires. They want to dismantle civil rights protections and ensure all-white segregation academies while banning books that tell the truth about our history and our people. They want to continue attacking Title IX, the law that protects gender minorities' rights to participate equally in our schools. If they have their way, our schools will be open to ICE and leave children and young people to fear for their safety. And despite their so-called family values, they want to end Title I, and with it, free meals and resources for millions of children who are living in poverty. This will take away from educating our young people, and it will fuel the school-to-prison pipeline. We don't want that. But you know what? This march ain't about Trump. For real. It's about us. Today, the magic of our organizing gives me hope. I know our people and our strength. And I know why we do this work. Because we know another world is possible. When my ancestors dreamt of freedom, they knew another world was possible. When Black and Latino parents fought against school segregation, they knew another world was possible. When SNCC members risked their lives registering Black voters in the South, they knew another world was possible. When prisoners, incarcerated people shut down Attica Prison, demanding their humanity be recognized, they knew another world was possible. When millions of you took to the streets to protest the murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and many others, it was because we knew another world is possible. We must fight back with the convictions of what is possible. We must fight for the schools we deserve and settle for nothing less. A new world may feel light years away in this moment, but do not despair. We know what is possible, and that is always worth fighting for. Whose schools? Our schools. Whose schools? Our schools. Thank you.
People's Choir is about to sing is a familiar one. This song is called We Rise by singer-songwriter Baya V. Shout out if you know her. You heard the song before. Born out the inspiration, seeing the protest between the DAPL pipeline and standing in indigenous solidarity. We're going to sing that song today, and we want you guys to sing with us, all right? Woo! We rise, humbly hearted, rise, won't be divided, rise, the Spirit to guide us, rise, we rise, won't be divided, rise, won't be divided, rise, the Spirit to guide us, rise, in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. We rise, humbly hearted, rise, won't be divided, rise, the Spirit to guide us, rise, in hope, in prayer, hope, in last song we're going to do on today's program was written by some Dream Defenders' very own Malu Brooks, as well as myself. It is called Chicago Ice. It is a ballad to Black Panthers Party chair member Fred Hampton, inspired by his power chant. So we expect you all to show us the power that you're bringing to the table, okay? So I'm gonna let you guys hear me singing first. And when you see the rest of the choir put their fists in the air, I need to see your fists in the air too, okay? I need a show of solidarity of your power, okay? Ain't gonna die slipping on no ice. Ain't gonna die crashing on no plane. 'Cause we living for the people. We love them bad like purple rain. We living high off the people. Ain't gonna let nothing bring us down. You say power to the people. Power to the people now. Just like that again. Power to the people. Power to the people now. Ain't gonna die slipping on no ice. Ain't gonna die crashing on no plane. 'Cause we living for the people. Love them bad like purple rain. We living high on the people. Ain't gonna let nothing bring us down. Sing power, power to the people. Let me see it. Power to the people now. Sing power. Power to the people. Power to the people now. Power, power, power to the people. Power to the people now. Sing power. Power to the people. Power to the people. Repeat after me. People. People. Power. Power. Sing people. People. Power. Power. Sing right now. 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 Say power. Power. Sing power. Power. People. People. Power. Power. People. People. Power. Power. Right now. 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 Right
Y'all, if our movement does not have culture and soul, we will lose, y'all. We will lose. Shout out to the choir. So I told you we almost at the finish line. We have 2 things left for you. So first, we want to bring up the People's March Committee. Y'all, many hands have made this day possible. We wouldn't have no place to ship. We wouldn't have no Ben and Jerry's, okay? We wouldn't have phenomenal speakers had it not been for the People's March Committee. Come on, y'all. Come on. Walk this way. Walk this way. and it's cold as shit, okay? Deep gratitude to y'all. Thank you for your labor. Thank you for your love. We appreciate y'all. Deeply, deeply.
Nothing at all that we experienced today, all jokes aside, would be possible without every single person that you see on the stage today, and dozens, if not 20s of hundreds of more. Truly, each one of you, but each one of these people. So on behalf of all of you, I think I can take the liberty of saying thank you. So could we do it together? Could on the count of 3, could we just say thank you, everybody? All right, 1, 2, 3. Thank you! And with that, friends, Carissa and I are about to bid you adieu. Oh, come on. No. No, but it's truly been our pleasure on behalf of the Frontline and the Women's March
and the Rising Majority
and every organization here today who put so much skin in the game and put so much love and effort. Again, we can't say thank you enough. Our final speaker is someone that a lot of you probably know. You may know her from the Highlander Center. You may know her from the Working Families Party mass calls. And you may know her from her afro and her being a leader in our movement for many, many years in the past and prayerfully many, many years to come. Today, Ashley Woodard Henderson is going to bring us remarks from the one and only Angela Davis, who could not, unfortunately, be with us today, but just this morning wrote out a note for the Women's March and asked that Ashley specifically read it. So Ashley is going to bring you our remarks from our Queen Angela, and then everyone, please make it home safely, enjoy your day, stay on your on-ramp to movement, and keep activated. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Family, I know you are frigid, but we can do better than that. Can we give it up one more time for Carissa and Tiffany? They loved us so well today. We love you. I know y'all didn't come to hear me talk. You want to hear me say what Dr. Davis has to say to you, and I promise I'm going to do it. But we would be remiss if we didn't give you something that you could do right now, right? We gave you leaders that you could trust. You got to hear from them about what's going on. But now we need you to join their organizations. We need you to amplify their demands. So anybody got a cell phone out there right now? Can you just wave it at me, wave me your cell phone? Can you take that cell phone and go to your messaging app? Can you do that? If you can do that, say, I can do that. Okay, bet. When you open it up and you get to your messaging app, I want you to text the word power. What are you going to text? Oh, honey, you didn't make me believe it. What are you going to text? I want you to text the word power to 44310. You're going to text the word power to 44310. You got it? I'm going to do it to you one more time just for good company. You're going to text the word power to 44310. And when you do that, it's going to be the opportunity for us to bat signal you when it's time for us to come together again. When our organizations are on the front lines fighting for justice, are you ready? Do you want some power? Well, then I think we're probably in the right place, and it's no better way to close this out than bringing to you the incredible solidarity greetings to the People's March from Dr. Angela Davis. So from now on, I'll be reading as her. Friends, comrades, sisters, brothers, and siblings, I am sorry I cannot be there with you today on this historic day of resistance, but I wanted to offer some words of encouragement, of gratitude, and of solidarity. It's so important that so many people are gathering in Washington, D.C. and around the country today to say no, exclusively no, to the reactionary agenda of this new regime. Trump may have won the November election, but we're here to say that we will never, ever be complicit in the kind of fascist programming that he is threatening to put in place. Is that right? We will not be complicit in the rounding up and mass deportations of our friends, of our neighbors, of students, of co-workers. Is that right? We refuse to accept the lie that prisons and police, the violent and vengeful institutions, can ever keep us safe. We can do better. We will not be silent while Donald Trump carries out vindictive crusades against his critics, punishes dissent, and intimidates the press. Are you with me? We will not be silent as the rich get richer from deregulation, trade deals, tax breaks, taking resources for schools, housing, and health care. They're cutting it all. We're not going to sit silently while they do that, are we? We will continue to demand abortion rights, trans justice, the right for resources for the children that we choose to welcome into our families. We will continue to speak and act in solidarity with the people of Palestine until there is real peace in that region, until Gaza is rebuilt, until Palestine is free. We stand with the people of Haiti, the Sudan, and every other place on the planet where there's a fight against capital, against empire, and against settler colonialism. Are you with me? We stand with the abolitionists and freedom fighters of the world who not only seek to dismantle unjust systems, but to build a new world. Do you want to build a new world? So, as the banner for this march proclaims, we will not go back. And let me add, we will not stand still either. Dr. Davis says she wants to leave you with two things. Number one, Donald J. Trump is not invincible. She said she's old enough to remember the decade before the radical decade of the 1960s. Any people remember a time before the 1960s? Wave at me. Thank you. She said that previous decade was defined by the Cold War and McCarthyism, vile opposition to desegregation and to any reforms that gestured toward greater racial justice. And then there was Greensboro in 1960, and the Freedom Rides in 1961. There was Freedom Summer in 1964, and the birth of the Black Panther Party in 1966, and a radical upsurge of young people all over the world in 1968 against war and imperialism. Y'all don't hear me. Even though in this moment it is dark, this is a dangerous place right now. We will not, and we cannot succumb to fear or succumb to despair. What we're experiencing now will not last. It will not last. We're up against racist and recklessly destructive enemies, but we are many. And if we do our work and we hold our ground, we will grow our numbers even larger than what we saw today. Secondly, know that we are strong and we are on the right side of history. I said we on the right side of history, good people. When it gets ugly, I need you to remember that. And remember this. More people opted out of the last election than voted for either the Democrats or the Republicans. That's T. I'm going to say it one more time because I think you missed it. More people opted out of the last election than voted for either the Democrats or the Republicans. Over 80 million people felt there was no good choice for them, and that even if they opted for the lesser of two evils, that it would not sustainably improve their lives and prospects for the future. Well, we have to give them more than Republicans or Democrats. We have to give them a vibrant and robust progressive movement that will fight for a real redistribution of power and resources. That's what we need to do. We need a movement. We need a people's movement, and we will be radically inclusive. We will not throw our people under the bus. Dr. Davis leaves with you this message. I stand with you in this fight, which I know ultimately we will win. Do you believe that we will win? If you can't convince me on this stage, then we're certainly not going to convince those people that are moving into Pennsylvania Avenue this week. So I need you to say it like I need to know it. Do you believe that we can win? Are you going home prepared to see it done? Are you ready to be a winner? To build the people's movement that we need? Then I need you to repeat after me as we close out this great, incredible intervention. I need you to say, I believe that we will win. Let's go make it so good, people. Thank you for being at the People's March. We love you. We love you. We will see you in the streets.